Firebase is Google's mobile platform that helps us quickly develop and deploy apps. So let's explore Firebase a bit. You need to go to firebase.google.com and then docs and then click on get started for Android. And in the left panel you can see what all things Firebase has for us. So as you can see, there is an authentication section, which means Firebase allows us to authenticate the users of our app. So if we go in Android section, you can see the various method in which we can authenticate the user, and if we click on any one of them, so then we get a step-by-step guide on how to authenticate the user using this site. Other than authentication, we also have real-time database. So real-time database is the database where details are stored in JSON format, and real-time means if there is some change in data done by the client, it will directly reflect in our database. So you can see this there. Over here also we get the step-by-step procedure on how to do this, how to implement this in our app. And similar to real-time database, we have Cloud Firestore. So Cloud Firestore and real-time database both have the same task of storing data, but Cloud Firestore has an extra feature that it gives offline usage to users. That means if the user is even offline, he can get the access to all the data which is stored in the Firestore, but it is not available in real-time database, and rest all the codes are same. Then after that we have storage. Storage means we can store our images, audios, and any other kind of stuff except JSON data over here, and then we get a download link for it also, and every data over here is in synchronized manner. Then there is this hosting feature. So we'll not study about hosting because that is related to web development, where we have to host our apps on the web server. But since we are studying Android, so we don't need to study about hosting. And then there is cloud functions. It helps us in sending cloud notifications, device to device push notifications, like in WhatsApp. If you send a message from here, then the other user will get a notification. So that functionality can be implemented in our program using cloud functions. After that there is ML Kit. So ML Kit is a machine learning kit to solve real world problems, which we can use to make our app more efficient. And then we also have Firebase security rules. So over here we provide security to the user's information and to the app. Then there are in the quality section we can get the report of the crash that happens during the development and running of our app, performance monitoring, test lab, we can test our apps, and then the distribution. And similarly there are grow. In the grow section we have the predictions, testing of our app, cloud messaging, in-app messaging. So in-app messaging is also a feature which can be done in using Firebase. Then we can add Google Ads, Google AdMob. So in this tutorial we'll be learning how to sync our Android Studio project with Firebase. So let's start a new project with an empty activity. Let's name it as Firebase demo. Click on finish. Now once the Gradle build has finished, we need to click on tools, Firebase, and then the Firebase assistant will open over here. Now once the assistant has opened, we can start with analytics, log an analytics event, and then we need to click on connect to Firebase. So then a connect dialog will start. Okay, so then it will show you some options. If you are having existing Firebase project or Google project, you can select from that, but we will go for creating a new Firebase project. Connect and then click on connect to Firebase. Okay, so once this is done, it will show connected over here. which means that our app has been connected with Firebase. So let's check it. So you can go to Google and search Firebase and open this link, firebase.google.com. Over here click go to console. It will redirect you to the Firebase console, and over here we can see our Firebase demo that we have just now created. So it has successfully synced with Firebase. That's for this video. In the next video we will start with user authentication. Thank you.